Hi, I'm Mike. I'm from Hackaday, and I'm here with LosT and J0nnyM, the co-creators of the badge for DEFCON 22. These guys are in such high demand that we couldn't catch up with them until almost 2 in the morning on Saturday night. It's great to meet both of you guys.
Thank you.
So how long have you been working on this badge?
That's a funny story. We actually had an alternate badge design done, and due to some circumstances which shall not be named, we had to do a complete redesign in roughly about a week's time for the main design. I actually called up, so I've been designing the badge for the past 4 years, and I was getting married this year, and with the snafu, with the production of the other badge, I had to do a quick turnaround. So I called John and I said, hey man, we've got to do this, and we've got to do it like fast. So we had, for those of you who've done electronic production, it was a crazy schedule. John checked everything that I did, and I checked everything that he did. Wrote some code together. Most of the libraries were John, and I did some extensions. I do all the crypto and all the puzzles in the conference, and John kept me sane in terms of the design to make sure we could actually get this thing to this. I don't know, what was your perspective on that?
It was exactly that, and we've been friends for a very long time. We worked together at Parallax for a while, and he called me up and he said, I need help, and I said, what do you need? And luckily, because of our relationship with Parallax, they came in too, because we couldn't build these on our own. We brought them in, and it was a backbreaker, but we did it, and it's been really successful. People seem very excited about the badge.
Oh, I'm hugely excited about it. And you know, we were just talking about this a little bit earlier today. You have several different revisions of the board that go into part of the puzzle that goes into it.
Correct.
Things like having pads that have solder mask over them, some that don't in different places.
Yes.
What goes into like checking to make sure you haven't made a mistake in that before you spin that stuff?
So to be honest, I do all of the crypto, including the checks, and because we only had time for one run, I get product back after it's too late for any changes, and if there were any mistakes, I would have to alter the crypto to fix it, which is harder than it sounds in some cases, and in other cases not so bad. It goes into part of the design and production. Like several of the codes would cryptographically decode 4 different ways, and so 3 of the paths would be a false path, and the 1 path would be the true path. So most of my contests have some type of backdoor or failsafe built into them, because it is a HackerCon. I always prefer the elegant solution, but I also build in backdoors and brute force solutions as well.
Oh, that's great. What else are you guys working on in your lives other than, you know, spending most of your free time on the badges?
Well, I live in Los Angeles, I'm working around the film and entertainment industry. So I will actually be going to Disneyland Monday morning to help them with the propeller program. I do a lot of work with them with propellers, and I was called the FX Tech with another guy that is a friend of Brian's, and so I do that. I focus my consulting work in and around entertainment in general, and then I love doing this stuff.
Oh, great. What about you?
So I'll refrain from comment on what I do professionally. The Wired magazine article that just came out this week covered a lot more than I thought it would in my first life. But I've got such demand for my puzzles now. Like I had several groups this year that came to me and said, I only came to DEF CON this year to do your puzzle. And a lot of people here spent their entire DEF CON doing this badge challenge. And so I've had a request year after year. I'm finally going to extend one of the websites that was part of the puzzle challenge this year, and I'm going to start releasing monthly puzzles to keep people going during the year. It's something that will keep me on my toes because I have to keep topping myself. It's a difficult thing to design crypto that's designed to be broken. It's one thing to try and design a cryptographic system that is unbreakable, and it's another thing completely to introduce some type of flaw that doesn't cause the whole house of cards to cascade and fall apart. That's my design, that's the fun for me, the game for me, and then watching the other people have the enjoyment and the epiphanal moment.
And do you have a URL for that site picked out?
I do, but it's still part of the challenge right now that is going live, but I will be happy to give the hint that leads to that site.
Okay.
It's do not miss the point in Curious Codes.
Ah, the point, I got it.
Yes, so that was actually the decode of the lanyards this year. So there were 8 lanyards that had to be weaved together in a lattice pattern that was dictated by both Chinese and Korean characters on the lanyards. And through that decoding, it gave you the proper ordering of a system of writing that was used for medieval number notation. And so you had to go through that, the weaving, and then the decoding of the number notation. And you had to find 8 different people that did in fact have each one of the lanyards in order to even get that stage of the contest.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking to us today, and really thank you for your hard work work on the puzzles and on Great Hearted means that no matter what, if you have any downtime at DEF CON, you're never, ever bored.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
See you guys.